I'm Tom Kelsey, and in the news this week, impersonations of Callum Taylor reach a new high. Thanks, man. Also, the new Lincoln biopic starring Daniel Day-Lewis has come under fire for sensationalising the past. And finally, Boris Johnson offers a physical representation of what he thinks about Germany and the EU. Joining us on our bipartisan special this week, we have Mungo with the chairman of the York Conservatives and Unionist Party, Dan Hawkridge. Whilst joining Tom Keefe is the chairman of the York Labour Party, Nick Button. We start as ever with our opening round. This is called Rhythm and News. Both teams will get one song each, and they have to decipher the news item from the song. So, Mungo, this is you're up first, and this is your song. The night is shit. You got the idea?
I have a sneaking suspicion this is about the York Vision article about us all watching, is it not enough porn or too much porn? It was the worst page I've ever seen in the newspaper.
I'm very interested how you met, and you're wrong.
Oh.
But that's fine. I'm very interested how you got from the Spice Girls to porn.
Well, I think it was something about needing a human touch, rather than...
And also, you know,
it's interesting that that's the bit that came out to you. Think of more obviously.
well, is this about stopped? Because stopped hasn't been stopped, has it? So there's this thing called stopped, which is about stopping spotted, and this is all very confusing if you're dyslexic. Basically, there's a thing called spotted, where people go, oh, I saw some hot bitch in the library. People on spotted. And stopped, or stopped, or whatever the pun thing is there, is trying to stop spotted, but now stopped has stopped, and spotted has continued.
I think you were right somewhere in there. So that was the point. Yes, this is the news. That the Spotted University Library page has been closed down after come under a lot of fire on the stopped Facebook.
Oh no, that's the opposite of what I said.
Is that what you said?
Well, I'm not really sure.
That's the point.
Can you give him negative points?
No.
Give him the point for sharing.
Audience, I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Right, yes, so this is all about our University of York Spotted. Nick, are you pro or anti freedom of speech?
Well, being very anti freedom of speech.
Right, interesting, yeah.
Because basically I just hate freedom.
Right.
I'm glad you agree.
Yeah. Are you anti or pro women?
I'm pro women.
Yeah.
Well, they're better than your hand, aren't they?
Aggressive face of conservative politics. I think we can move on.
Anytime.
I'm in favour of women. I think
You're
you're
a
a good
good well, thank you.
Glad basis.
Wasn't the question. Right, well, actually, we have a vital news for York first this time around. We actually have a piece of live music for you, ladies and gentlemen. Could you please welcome with a round of applause the protest folk acoustic singer, Cock Riot. Cock Riot. He's going to sing a song, and this is for Tom and Nick. Take it away.
This is undemocratic. Take the earth and cushion the Arctic. They will elect an officer without an election and justice and fair.
either of you?
Corruption! GSA! Corruption in the GSA!
Well, I think this is...
Copyright, ladies and gentlemen.
That was GSA.
And what is
And a chair that just isn't fair.
I believe that's also without holding an election.
Yes.
Spot on, Mr. Keith. Round of applause for that. No.
Very important, especially mine, because I was elected unopposed. It was either me or a carbon rob. The carbon rob did get 40% of the vote.
Freedom's very important, as you said. Yes, this is the news that the chair of the Graduate Students Association, Ted Brown, denounced the decision of the GSA Council to choose an academic affairs officer without an election. He said this was undemocratic, almost as undemocratic as Russia. Talking of Russia, I remember getting very, very enthusiastic about the slogan "Free Pussy Riot." How disappointed I was when I found out it was about music. Moving on again.
Favour or against women?
We move on to the incredibly complicated picture spin round, where a news picture will spin, and you have to guess what the story is sort of getting out of the picture. There's only one this week, so it's going to be the first person to get it, gets the point, so you know, turn around.
How do we pass?
You shout. I'm only here. Okay, so, Kieran, take it away, please.
Callum Taylor's running for re-election.
Yeah, correct. Yes, indeed, this is the story that everyone's mutual friend on Facebook, Callum Taylor, will be running as YouTube president. We wish the best of luck to Callum. Let's hope his second term isn't as short as his ill-fitting trousers.
Why does his promotional photo look like he's in a call centre?
Because he will be when he loses the election.
There's no bottom to, like, he just sort of fades out.
Much like his policies!
To the Tories, do you have an opinion?
I was just fuming when I saw him come out. Sorry, it's like the best dress I've ever seen Callum Taylor. Normally I would say the 90s of Cole. They want their charity clothes back. But...
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to continue on with my job.
All right.
Of course, Callum may have some work to do, considering that only 62% of people actually know who Graham Osborne is, the academic officer of UC. Taylor is exactly. You've done this before.
Don't worry, I know you.
Thank you, pal.
I know.
Where's the women still having in the audience?
No, I
Moving on. Since no one knows who Graham Osborne is, Taylor, Callum, is actually planning to raise Osborne's profile with a campaign called Who's That Twat in the Cravat? We've actually managed to get a clip from the upcoming promotional video.
Who am I?
I'm Graham Osborne.
Best thing YouTube's ever done there. Right, we move on to our next round. It's the odd one out round. In this round you get 4 things, and the teams, there's only one as well, have to guess which one is the odd one out. So there'll be a little bit of debate, but don't lean forth straight away for the answer. But anyway, here we go. Here are 4 things. The Heslington East Dwellers, the Rolling Stones, library users, and therefore mentioned Callum Taylor. So which of these 4 is the odd one out?
It's the Rolling Stones, because they have nothing to do with the university.
I mean, that isn't what I've got written down. But, true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Only the top left one is a building.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Ah!
They don't know anything, do they?
No.
Well, that's why I should have put that. Anything else? Any offences?
Okay, so probably someone's gone, Rolling Stones, they're sexy. Library users is spotted, they're sexy. The building, sexy. Hannah Taylor.
Another answer I'd agree with, but unfortunately I don't want to put it down on the piece of paper. Think of happiness. There's a clue.
Oh, is this about surveys? And so people have said they're happy with the library.
Yeah.
They've said they're happy with. Hang on. There's contradictory stuff about the library. Okay.
We'll go with the happy about the
Yeah, but
life.
they're happy about the library. They're happy about Helen Taylor as well.
Yeah, apparently so.
So presumably they're happy about the Rolling Stones. But not.
You got that wrong. you were so close.
So they're happy about.
Well, happy about the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, because maybe they can't get much satisfaction.
Sorry, was all the same survey?
No, it wasn't. Are you happy with the library and do you like the role?
I might stuck it in as like a control question.
I've practically said the answer. If someone could give me the odd one
The
out.
Rolling Stones can't get no satisfaction.
Very, very good, Mr. Tom Hughes. That is indeed the answer.
There was a huge amount of setup.
There was.
Nothing's worth it. Keep it in.
I think it's raining in here.
Yes, this is the news. We're becoming a more contented bunch. But if there's one thing I know that can guarantee us to get that a little more satisfied, I think it's going to be this.
And just us till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just hurt me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Stephen Hawking, one sexy singer.
Is that offensive? I mean, the video itself is offensive, so it doesn't matter.
Don't ask me if something I said is offensive. Now everyone's looking at me like I'm horribly offensive.
Moving on to our next round, this is tabloid headlines. This is where we ask our panelists to interpret the obtuse and often downright baffling headlines in York Vision and determine the stories behind them. First up from Mungo and Dan, I'm sure you're going to love this one. It is feeling porny.
I have no idea.
Do you know what you're doing?
Well, I think I'm on a panel show. I have a pie. Someone gave me a pie. I didn't know what it is for York, and they said, have a pie. Literally, that's what happened. Someone gave me a cupcake last time I was in this, so I feel like this is like an elaborate and I'm actually like in the Truman Show.
What's
And
this
this is how they
got to do
feed
with
me.
Paul?
He's getting to that. This is the
What do you think of that pie? What is the pie? I don't know, it's like lemon or something. Pie.
Excellent.
So this is to do with porn.
Spot on.
I mean, this is the thing that you were saying, like everyone watches porn on campus now.
Yes, yes, I'll give you that. Everyone, yeah. This was reported in Vision that, the bewildering news that students watch porn, cutting edge as ever there. But just as for some bonus points, and this is only for our political candidates, could you name some of those top 10 porn websites?
I remember reading this. There was bull porn, wasn't there? You disgusting
remember
bunch of
reading
individuals.
Right, but no, true bull porn was there. It's a point for bull porn.
I
And
have
you
a
remember
Labour
any-
Party card. Does
Yeah.
that mean that I can answer?
No.
Tony Blair's Sexy Tuesdays. Quite a popular website, apparently.
Are you
What is
trying
that?
to...
Yeah.
The bottom face of the concern.
Mungo, can you do that again and point at the pie?
It's about as squishy as David Cameron's name. The lesbian.
Dan, can you not name any of the top 10? Have we
I
got-
think Red Tube,
Very
maybe.
good, yeah.
This Sunday.
No.
I've never had more than 300 hits in its entirety.
Is that a real thing?
Apparently. I don't know, probably. There's this... I know all the weird ones, don't take them.
This guy's making this.
There's the one ex-hamster, so no hamsters involved. So,
Ex-hamster, true. Oh, come on, you're lying.
Yeah,
Come on.
you pawn. Have you said that?
Yeah, no, you haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me point it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what you
It says, I can't say anything.
Questions on.
I cannot expend my expertise.
X-Tube, Redvid.
X video.
Slow down. Jeez, 1 point each, I assume. Right. Right, we're going to move on. Now, this is for Nick and Tom. Feeling left out. What is the story?
Someone out there somewhere feels alone.
No, unfortunately, it isn't very self. No.
What?
yeah, I've got no idea.
Well, it's a bit of an odd one, so I'll give you a clue. It's quite difficult to get that. It's about jobs, actually. It's about student jobs. I'll pass it over at some point.
Are students not getting enough jobs?
That's not fucking news, is it?
To be fair, this is campus news. The last one was students watch porn. It's a thing.
I think we'll have to pass
Are
it
we bad at employment as a institution?
It's a bit more specific than that, so
Are certain departments the employability people aren't very good?
I'm going to have to
Continue
pass
that.
it. Tom, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to pass it over to the right in one more way. So,
I want to make a joke first.
Right.
This is my actual answer.
right.
But is it still continuing on the porn theme, like someone obsessed with one particular bosom? That's just. Now, in all seriousness, this is about the top employers saying that they're only going to focus on the top 20 unis
Yeah.
in the UK, and we're not one of them.
Yeah. What? Yeah, very true. Yeah. This, everyone's now terrified. So yeah, this is the news that the UK's top graduate employers intend to limit their search for graduates to a mere 20 universities, with York not making the cut. But don't worry, York have already found the solution to the depression that comes with low employment rates. Just have a wank. Like
Don't worry, because by the time we leave uni, all the people who are currently graduates looking for jobs will have given up.
Now it's your headline. This is from Mungo and Dan. Some team wins indoors. Yeah. Sports section.
These titles are just getting worse and worse. Certainly is the news.
What did you mean by that? Sorry?
Vision always seems a bit more low key.
The reviews are just there. If you just want to
I hate to be the guy who answers the questions correctly, because I'm normally on here as the lunatic.
Yeah. You must hold in the party.
Okay. So, this is about ultimate frisbee. Because the thing is that I wouldn't have known this if before the show we hadn't joked, they never put news sports things in here. And then you said, oh, maybe there would be. So yeah, ultimate frisbee. Some team is the name of the team
Very good,
that
yeah.
won the thing.
Incredibly attractive.
What is it with politicians?
Yes, this is the exceptionally vague sounding news that some team, named some team, beats some teams to become the best team at something, somewhere. At least until when it's decided that some teams, possibly including some team, should do something else again to see which team is the best at something. Glad that's clear. And now for Tom and Nick, library wines.
People aren't happy with certain features of the library, as far as I can tell.
What's happened is that I've only written a joke which has nothing to do with the headline.
You don't know what the answer is.
I know what the answer is.
Yeah, but I know what the
Okay, he
answer
knows.
is.
Can you tell us what the
Yeah,
answer
that's not
is?
right.
Given that you
don't have the right answer written down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the answer.
Oh, no, I do. Sorry, I misread it. It's fine. It's more specific than what you said.
People are still unhappy with levels of library fines.
Spot on. Perfect. Yeah, very good. This is news that the library has raised 30 grand from fines over the past couple of years. To put this amount in perspective, today would get you 3 years of university. Before Dan got into power, it would have given you 10. Alternatively, you could have used the same amount to go to university before Nick and his undemocratic cohorts came in, and you could have gone to university for infinite years.
£20,000 of that £30,000 was me.
So that's how you're giving it back to the people. Right.
But that's a lot of willow shots, if needs be.
Willow shots.
Yeah, 30,000 willow shots. Or £30,000. So I get the units mixed up sometimes.
Willow turned into like an assassinator. Willow shots. Women doctors, have some willow shots.
Marco, I don't know where you're shopping for assassins if you hire them by the bullet.
Exactly, we have to cut the stuff because of politics and finance.
Welcome. Actually, you two get on, don't you? So you talk.
Yeah, in theory.
Not quite ex-hamster level, but we get on.
What does that even mean? Do you think I would suggest you sit and watch X-Hamster together?
No,
Rumble together.
he was we love Nick like his ex-hamster.
Very
He was
emotional.
buried in York Cemetery with a tiny headstone.
That makes ex-hamster sound even more disturbing.
It's just like a collection of tributes to the hamster. People who knew him well.
Moving on.
The thing is, though, like, library fines are totally optional now, aren't they? Because you can just keep extending your loan over and over again until someone requests it.
Yeah.
And if someone requests it and you don't bring it back, you're a bad person. So, really, they should just give the money to me.
Okay, well, write it down, give it to the library, and ignore it. Great. Now it's time for the next round, the missing words round. This is one of our most beloved rounds, of course, for its guest publication. This week it is the Potato Grower magazine. You say potato, and so do we. This is for Mungo and Dan. The introduction of blank. What is the missing word?
This is the introduction of willow shots, rival potato publications. Yes, they're going to immunise them.
I'm not sure if you think that.
I have a pie.
Yes.
This is, in fact, the introduction of Being Earnest. It's a prequel to being Quentin Tarantino.
I look forward to that. No ideas? I mean, it's from
something
potato.
to do with potatoes, of potato techniques, of potato foods.
Mutually assured disruption. In the Cold War, the Potato Grower magazine has been in with Potato Shrinker magazine since the 80s.
Introduction of Potato Man, the sequel to Elephant Man.
Gian Cross. Fertilizer.
To be honest, I don't think you're going to get.
Potatoes.
No.
Flat Pringle.
No. That's
The
a
potato pie.
flat Pringles and crisp. So. Anyway. Blocker F for fungicide.
So,
It was an easy one.
How did we not get it?
You don't read Potato Grower magazine?
I do, haven't you? That's why I'm so depressed.
Exactly. Someone has to.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is the mushroom killing news that Blocker fungicide has a new formula to improve handling. Nick, what's the official Labour Party response to this development in potato production?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that question, because that's actually a central feature of our policy review, which we're conducting at the moment.
I'd like to see you have one.
Yeah, no, we don't have a policy yet. We will be forthcoming about that in 20 years' time. Watch this space.
Great, thanks for that. And Nick, Dan, I presume you're just going to cut the potato budget then?
Yes, quite significantly.
I mean, the best way to grow potatoes is to just cut.
Just keep
cut
peeling.
Yeah, cut any way that they can grow.
It will grow eventually.
Yeah,
Keep peeling.
yeah. Sound economic policy. This one is for Tom and Nick. What's the difference between blank and blank?
Well, it's actually what's the difference between tax blank and tax blank. I won't point that
I
out.
didn't say that in my...
Taxis and taxonomy.
That sounds like a blank one.
Oh,
No.
Tax avoidance and
Tax evasion.
tax evasion.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Yes, this is the big news. The university's been sharing profits on some of its most lucrative Heslington East halls of residence with a private company registered in the secretive tax haven of Jersey. Unfortunately, I lack the necessary powers of communication to explain the difference between evasion and avoidance, or the relevant story, but never fear, because we actually have a nice simple diagram, courtesy of Noose, which pretty much does it for us. Tom, I've got a copy of it here, so you don't have to look up. If you'd like to just take us through that one.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to point out that if you look up at the top, it says that arrows, the direction they point indicates ownership of a company, right? And the percentage indicates how much of it is owned. You will note that the one at the top is 200% owned. Weirdly enough, that's not what this story is about. In general, though, what this actually tells you how to do is draw a 5-pointed star, which is actually how you summon the demons who then tell you how to set up your finances.
Spot on, yeah, very good. I think that's what we're going for. Mungo, we have another diagram for you. It was on the same page, about the same thing.
so what this tells me, first of all, is that Noose likes graphs.
Yeah,
Like sticks.
fucking loves them.
And it looks kind of like Guardian graphs as well, like in Guardian. So they probably read the Guardian, someone there. There's some lines and some numbers.
Yeah.
And that probably, combined with the words and the pictures, means they're going to try and take over the UK.
Yeah.
I like the way they kind of use speech bubbles, so it looks like the country is talking to us.
It's talking to itself.
Nick, do you think it's important to listen to what the country is saying?
And it's also would be really funny if that was real, if you had like these massive squares in the middle of the sea, just floating there, and these huge bits of writing, and then like, who the flop may be.
And then we could use the O in number 3 limited at the very bottom as an athletics running track.
Yeah,
Yeah, you two really need a hobby. That's not a hobby, that's a way of life.
Callum Taylor in an interview said this week, being USU president isn't a job, it's a lifestyle. What is that? What is that? So creepy.
It means he's a really boring person.
But yes, sorry. I joke, of course, about my ignorance. I'm actually a very intelligent and articulate man who fully understands the secret of tax haven of Jersey and all these graphs and things. In fact, I'm going to try and do a better job of Noose to try and convey what these graphs are saying. I would simply need some cups. Thank you. And a pint of Jersey milk. Thank you very much. Right, now, it's very easy, very easy. The cups, there's 2 cups. One of them, this one, represents all the evil people in the world, headed by Brian Cantor. And this one presents all the goodness and light and loveliness of the world, headed by Bob Hughes, riding a unicorn. And this is money, coming from Jersey. And this is what happens. Evil cup, guys. You with me? Evil cup. And we don't get any of the milk. We don't have milk is the problem that's happening. But all we need to do is just drink the milk. Drink the milk. Power to the people!
Not for me, thanks.
Well, hang on, as the current government, I take the tax.
No, and what you do is you cut all the udders off the cows.
This is another one of those obvious storylines. Brian Cantor is corrupt. Who I mean, for me the clue was when he got his CBE, because that's always bad. So when someone gets a CBE, they're usually corrupt.
It does, in fact, the C in CBE does stand for corruption. E stands for evil.
We've got one more missing words. Do you want to continue? Crack on. This is for Mungo and Dan.
I was amazed you didn't make a Thatcher joke about the milk.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, Thatcher. Look, I'm being Thatcher. I'm stealing the milk. Yeah, Mungo and Dan. This is for missing words. How to find the best blank. Missing words.
Accommodation.
Nope. This,
Pie.
It's not say.
Pie.
This isn't catchphrase. It's not say what you see. This is again from Potato Brother, because I know you're an avid reader after all.
Well, I was lying. How to find the best potato? How to find the best chip? How to find the best
Fungicide.
fungicide?
Close.
Fire?
No.
Venereal disease? No.
No.
Manure.
No. Close.
Eyeballs.
Close.
Pesticide? Did you say?
Manure.
Manure.
Yeah.
Soil.
Rain.
I think this is
Compost.
no. This is close though. Sort of.
Source of life.
How to find the best place to kill yourself after having read Potato Grammar for the last 15 years, decided to move to Shropshire and invest in carrot wheat. I don't think that fits in that space.
No. Unfortunately, the answer was fertilizer. Did you say?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. I didn't pass it over, but I'll give you the point. You didn't. Sorry. It's the multiplier effect, you see. You don't understand that. Keynesian joke, Yes, this is Potato Growers Quality Scoop about the best way to grow potatoes. Unfortunately, the writers of this show were unable to decipher the table of results. Indeed, in my opinion, the best way to fertilise a garden is just to shit on it. Kieran, where's the video? Did you think it was just for you? You and him will get along.
We already uploaded.
You have to press play and record at the same time.
Excellent. And unfortunately, we've come on to our last question of the evening, and this is for Tom and Mick. And I think it does matter if you get this right. It could sway the balance. So, finally, blank set for blank.
They will say.
Living potato set for launch.
It's not in the potato magazine, so you want to diversify, much like they should. Come on. Anything else? It's to do with use of politics. And,
Something about the living wage.
Living wage set for campaign of some sort.
Referendum.
very good, very good. There we go. The living wage set for.
50 points.
Not a thing.
I think they got pity points, didn't they? They got their multiplier.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is complete
well,
fiction.
you know, it's not complete fiction for one. And for two, you don't believe in it, so. And
We should get a living wage on our points and get twice as much.
Just because we, on the right, do not believe in justice and compassion does not mean... I'm joking, I'm not right-wing. But I hate it!
You'll do well in the Labour Party.
Tom, can we just kind of laissez-faire their points and hope some of ours trickle down?
Yeah, so this was the news about the living wage being put to a USU referendum. When I think of people receiving less money than is needed to live a quality life, it sends me into an uncontrollable rage. As the Incredible Hulk famously said, "Don't make me angry, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, especially if I can't afford to buy new clothes after the tournament." And that's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's we're going to have to say goodbye to the past. I don't think there's been enough of a fight. You know, you haven't sort of.
You can take it out afterwards.
Yeah, if you want. If you're, there's...
Have I got news for York after dark?
Euphemisms!
That would be in the top 10 board size.
We could give them half a milk each and make them drink it really quickly.
I would, but then I'm sort of allergic to milk. So.
That is kind of awkward.
What happened to equality, Nick?
Well, everyone needs to be poisoned the same.
That's the Conservative policy.
That's your risk, in which case you get a poison cup.
I've just totted up the results, and there's no need for a coalition government. We have a clear winner with Tom and Nick on 8 points, whilst Mungo and Dan are stuck in the recession with 7 points. Sorry about that. But just before we go, we're going to leave you with our caption competition. We have this image here.
This is Nigel Farage doing his Nigel Farage impression.
UKIP's deputy leader invites Nigel Farage to join him on a plane trip.
Oh, photographer spots the guy, the device which is controlling Nigel Farage. And he starts playing with it.
No, this is Nigel Farage whistling at a pitch that only Europeans can hear. To drive them
Nigel Farage takes his Euroscepticism to a new extreme by just doing a shit in the Euro.
And on that note, we leave you with the news that since the impending departure of Bob Hughes from the position of welfare officer could cause widespread dismay amongst the student body, USU believe they found a replacement so identical that we won't be able to notice. Also, as the cold weather sets in, drivers have been advised to check the ceiling around drivers have been advised to check the seals around their windscreen. And finally, we can reveal the bookie's favourite for the next USU president. And on that bombshell, good night.